In this video, I want to go through the problem that I assigned for last week, and that would be in Chapter 1, Break-Even Point, problem number 15, utilizing Excel QM. Excel QM, as I mentioned, uh, is really an add-on to regular Excel, and Excel QM is what we'll be utilizing probably 50% of our work in analytical methods. And Excel QM is very, very powerful. It's very, very robust, and it's something that I highly recommend that you keep in your future work within Excel, because as I indicated, it is definitely robust, which you will see, especially when we get into a little bit later on in our 8 weeks in analytical methods, as we focus in on forecasting, linear programming, and statistical quality control. So let's just kind of go through this particular problem 15 on break-even analysis, kind of an overview to Excel QM. So as you can see, I'm in Excel. I have my Excel QM, and we can just click it on. And we can see over here in the left-hand corner by chapter and by alphabetical. So let's just click on alphabetical, and you can see drop-down menu. We have a lot of break-even, decision analysis, inventory, quality control, simulation, statistics. We'll be using some of these in QM, but for the time being right now, let's just go to break-even analysis, since that's problem 15, and we'll hit break-even, and we'll have another drop-down menu, and it's asking us for a title, and let's just give it problem 15, sheet name. Let's just say break-even, the break-even point, break-even analysis. It will always default to graph, and that's what we want in under break-even analysis. And then we'll come up with OK. And as you can see, what's going to happen here, it's another little break-even analysis, and it's asking for specific data. So first of all, it's asking for fixed costs, and in problem 15 we were given that our fixed cost, the cost of using the equipment, is $350. It's asking for our variable costs. In problem 15 we know that the material used is $8 per shirt, and hopefully we will be able to sell for $15. So when we come up here, we got the results, and I can focus in on two parts of the problems, A and B, and this is where I always want you to be able to articulate when you make a submission to any of the problems that I assign. Articulate, just write out the solution. Yes, in other words, in this particular case, I did want to see the QM graph, but I also needed you to specifically state your answers to A and B. So let me just focus in on the B part first, because the B part first states how many shirts must Gina sell to break even. So the results, break even, we know she has to sell 50. And then we have this nice little graph here that indicates our revenues and our total costs, and you can see 50. And then it says, what is the total revenue for this? Well, the total revenues is $750. So for part B, simply write out the break-even in units will be 50 shirts, and the total revenues at break-even is $750. And of course, we know at break-even point our total revenues will equal our total costs. And then going back to part A, it says if Gina sells 20 shirts, well, right off the bat we know that 20 shirts, well, that's not break even, so we know we're going to generate a loss. So at 20 shirts, her total revenues will be $350, and her total variable costs, $8, right, times 20 is $160. So the main point, once again, to this particular assignment in break even, it's pretty straightforward. You really didn't need this particular software to do it, of course. Simple break-even analysis or break-even problem, however, was to get you, first of all, of course, to download the Excel to add it into your regular Excel. So hopefully you were able to download the Excel uh, as an add-on to break-even analysis. Okay, chapter 1, problem 15.